Hello pilots, MikamiIsAJerk here. Welcome to the 6th DMZ Dogfight competition. The latest Everspace 2 free content update, Incursions, brought tons of new legendary items. In this video, I will recommend each ship with at least one powerful build, along with a Lunacy 2000 Rift speedrun. And this is my very first time dubbing video in English, so hopefully my expression can make sense, because obviously English is not my first language. Before everything starts, I'd like to show 4 legendary items that frequently used in this video. Also, as some changes has been made in Incursion update, this time I have added some restrictions towards the speedrunning. Firstly, no reliquary is allowed. Of course, it can bring you so many advantages, and some builds can be incredibly overpowered when you entered with certain blessing combos. However, it is not likely for us to always getting a same combo of blessing, so no reliquary is allowed in this video, but please do make use of the reliquary when you farming on yourself. Another change comes along with the update is mutator like explosion death will have increasing damage with lunacy. This makes everything super easy when you select this kind of mutator and feel difference between each ships or build. So those mutators are banned. But please select the best mutator based on your own experience when farming on yourself. In the end, because we have different bosses in stage 4, but some of them are extremely weak, I selected a Rift with Cerealia Destroyer as a boss because it is relatively tanky. I also tried to get Guardian as stage 4 mutator, but unfortunately it is so random, so I can't always get it, so I apologize for that. Based on these restrictions, all video clips were recorded under the latest public version on Steam. Speedrun the same Lunacy 2000 Rift in Seto system, without any cheating, bug or reliquary. And of course, my builds are highly focused on efficient rifts, which may not be the best for incursions farming. So yeah, let's showcase the ship's passive and paint job first, shall we?
There's no escape!
H 地球は狙われている。
はじめまして、いざよい咲夜ですわ。準備できました。行きましょう。うまくできるかな。
The first ship we are going to demonstrate is Bomber. The strategy for Bomber is pretty much the same as previous update. You use Devotion to keep your ultimate charge low, and you can have 100% secondary critical hit chance with Isle of the Storm. And we no longer need Opulence set bonus 3 because of the Ragnarok. We can therefore replace the Deluxe booster with R.E.D booster for better mobility. I may recommend Secure Hold to replace the Treasury unit because the Tears of Ahmad you automatically pick up in the Rift are counted as loot. But no matter which cargo unit you select, please do make sure it comes with an attribute that provides 25% increased secondary damage when missile defense system is activated, because this attribute will only generate on cargo unit. And also don't forget about your missile defense system device. The Incursions update allows tier 4 ships equip 3 legendary items, but if you have peripheral catalyst, you can have 4. For this extra legendary slot, we select Final Reckoning to further increase our secondary damage when dealing with the boss. And don't worry too much about the Ancient Warden if you encounter them in stage 4. Devotion is actually a pretty powerful weapon which can easily take them down. Last but not the least, although the Warden can always dodge missiles, they won't dodge your mines. So if you are running low on ult, just fly closer and spread your mines. Sentinel has received a decent buff during the Incursion update, because the attribute utility is getting better. Meanwhile, the damage of Sentinel's ultimate, lightning guns, can be affected by both firepower and utility, but the utility accounts for a larger proportion. To make the most of it, we need at least 4 utility attributes on our equipment. Another positive tweak in this update is the merging of the 3 attributes. 10% increased primary, secondary, device damage when cloaked. They are now becoming one attribute. 10% increased damage when cloaked. This change is highly beneficial for Sentinel and Stinger, because they have 4 consumable slots, so that we can allocate 2 slots for damage booster and 2 for cloak generator. Besides, damage booster can increase lightning gun's damage as well. We also have activated redemption set bonus 3, so we can deal 30% extra damage to those enemies with weird glowing. These factors I mentioned above literally makes lightning gun a better beam laser with splash damage and infinite weapon energy. Vanguard has excellent maneuverability. It is so great that under some certain circumstances, you will even need to activate your ult to slow everything down a little bit. But obviously, time extender cannot slow down the time in real life, right? For speedrunning consideration, we need to avoid activating it as much as possible. Although Vanguard can deal extremely high critical damage when backstabbing, there is still a chance that you cannot one-shot every single enemy with Enforcer. So what we need is a primary weapon that can deal both high energy and alpha damage. If Enforcer doesn't one-shot an enemy, we can immediately switch to this weapon to give it a last hit to save time. And you may already guess it, this weapon is Devotion. In theory, if you are super lucky in the Chaos Lottery, you can get a Devotion with more than 12,000 energy DPS and 9,000 kinetic DPS that only consume 3% ultimate energy per shot. Super powerful. So we literally turns the ultimate energy into Devotion's ammo. We also included Epicenter and 0k Boomer in our Vanguard build. This allows us to trigger exploitation more frequently, leading to higher backstab critical hit chance. In short, Vanguard is a highly skill-based ship. If you can pilot it wisely, you will definitely love it.
What do you suppose we just start a new beat?
Make some noise.
Let the bass drop.
Now we come to the Gunship. Thanks to its 4 primary weapon hardpoints, you can easily create so many high DPS builds for Gunship. But in this video, I will only show one of them due to the time limit. The primary weapons we are using are Umbra, Penumbra, and Final Reckoning. For secondary weapons, we are using Mines. The key idea is again, Gunship has 4 hardpoints, and in another word, it has double the rate of fire. So we can more frequently trigger the effect of Reckoning, then throw mines to take out group of enemies. I will also emphasize the coil gun turret. Although the visual effect compared with other ult seems less obvious, it actually deals tons of damage if you can have a healthy amount of utility. So, we wish it can cover the whole combat as much as possible. Therefore, we need to reduce the ultimate recharge time. What we can do here is equip the legendary shield Passage 8495 to keep Ulterior Motive constantly triggered, then combining with Tides of Siren Sea set bonus 2 to further increase ultimate recharge speed. And since our shield hit point goes to 0 now, we can have the Siren set bonus 4 to always have the 20% increased primary damage. So again, this is just one of the so many DPS builds that Gunship can have. If you feel this build is not suitable for your playstyle, please feel free to make any change that can fit your own style. The Striker build is referenced from the Gunship build more or less. You can see we are using Uni Eclipse and Final Reckoning. But compared with Gunship, Striker's primary weapon's DPS is a bit low, so we cannot use mines as our secondary. Otherwise, if we encounter Inquisitor in stage 4, we will waste so much time without a destabilizer missile. So the rest secondary slot is Corrosion Mines. This is because a bug fix has been made, allowing Quantum Tether to deliver corrosion damage to attached targets. Another reason is corrosion can bypass shield, and the damage number on its stats is actually the total damage rather than per tick. Final Reckoning is so powerful that when we throw the mines to the target, it may just instantly kill it. But we wish the main target suffer longer so that we can take out more attached enemies. Therefore, Corrosion Mines literally split the damage into 4 seconds to prevent exceeded damage. I'd also briefly talk about maybe a bug that can possibly make Striker even stronger. You can replace Penumbra with Grim Reaper when your ult is activated and your Grim Reaper instantly kills the main target. No matter how many hit points remains, those attached targets will be instantly killed as well. But I won't showcase in this video. Feel free to discover on yourself. Moving on to Stinger. Basically, if you wish, all ships with 2 primary weapon slots can use such combo. Grim Reaper plus Enforcer. If you look into the detail, you can see this Stinger build is quite similar with the Sentinel, because both of them rely on the cloak damage attribute. That's right, only those ships with 4 consumable slots can take this advantage, while Stinger is the one. Also, as an energy damage focused weapon, Grim Reaper deals a bit less damage compared with Umbra or Synchrotron Pulse. But luckily, Stinger got an additional hardpoint which can more or less compensate it. Another advantage that Stinger has is the ultimate can reset your device cooldown. So when we wish to reset our device, what we need to do is activate the ult, then deactivate it. That's right, a free device charger. But tell the truth, from a speedrunning perspective, this advantage could become less obvious, because the main device you wish to reset the cooldown is the EMP generator. We wish to impair enemies' movement to get higher critical hit chance, but 0k Boomer can do the same, while the ultimate are dealing less DPS, so we basically only recognize it as a premium device charger in speedrunning, and those warfare devices cannot deal extremely high damage, or it takes too long to deal damage in Lunacy 2000 Rift. So that's why the Stinger may be not a good choice for speedrun. The Vindicator is not good at speedrunning as well, but it is probably the easiest ship to beat Lunacy 2000 Rift, and you don't even have to get a bunch of proper gears to do so. I think I have introduced it in a few years ago, but I still wish to highlight it again. The first thing you need to do is getting a correct passive combo, which I have already listed in the beginning. Then you get into the Rift, cloak yourself and waiting for enemies to destroy all of your drones. After that, you just need to fly into the enemies, press G to summon all of your drones, then press G another time to deactivate your ultimate. Because your drones are literally dead, this will trigger a huge explosion which deals tons of damage, and believe it or not, if you have fired a destabilizer missile towards the Lunacy 2000 boss, you can instantly kill it with just this explosion. However, do notice that there is a bug which can possibly make your ultimate getting stuck, which means although your ultimate is fully charged, you just can't activate it. So, if you really wish to use the build in this video, try to replace the Grim Reaper with Devotion. If similar situation happens, just switch to Devotion and give one random shot, and this will make everything back to normal. Okay, now let's talk about the Scout. It is getting super powerful after the rework of its ultimate, Shadow Strike. The Shadow Strike will grant you plus 20% extra critical hit chance and 1.5 times your critical hit damage, which is literally madness. Also, Scout's special is increasing 4% damage per 100 meters. However, the railgun is not good at speedrunning due to the DPS, while those melee weapons like Scattergun cannot make use of the special. So here we are using Disintegrator. Don't underestimate this weapon. Its total DPS can reach to the same level with Shredder if you get the attributes correct. And as you can see, this build is super easy to get on with. You just need to keep a distance around 2 to 3 kilometers with enemies, and this will ensure Stratocumulus can grab energy orbs for you, and you just hold the left mouse button and get easy winning. Because your damage is high enough so that you can take out the enemies pretty fast, your critical hit chance is also pretty high. If you kill an enemy, those enemies who are surrounding it will highly likely to be blown up by Symphony of Destruction. So yeah, Scout is becoming super wild with this build. To be honest, I'm surprised that Scout is the least popular ship in the world, and hopefully this video can help Scout getting more popular. In the end, I will use Interceptor as a finisher. In short, the Interceptor is still the most powerful ship for speedrunning Lunacy 2000 Rift. Regarding the build, Umbra is the weapon you use to take out the capital ships. The repeater has the highest rate of fire because each shot contains 6 projectiles, and each projectile's critical hit chance is calculated independently. This allows us to combine the repeater with critical faculty to recharge the ultimate after clearing a stage. I will emphasize Penumbra and 0K Boomer here. 0K Boomer has many advantages, such as high projectile speed and the ability to deal multiple damage along its travel. However, compared with mines, its damage per hit is relatively low. The destabilize effect of Ragnarok is a good compensation, but you need to hit an enemy first to trigger this destabilize effect. Therefore, since Penumbra has good range, projectile speed, and dealing splash damage, it is a perfect choice to trigger the damage boost before those boomers reach their targets. This strategy reminds me an old saying from the Chinese countryside. A rat pulling a shovel, the bigger item is in behind. In this case, Penumbra is a little rat, dealing less damage but triggers a damage boost, while the boomer you fired are the shovel, which arrive a bit late but can easily take out group of enemies.